Hey comic book friends, I'm Travis, and this is another edition of What the Fugue, where I talk about what's going on with me in my world of comics this week. And I'm setting my camera up here, letting you see a little bit of my disaster. I'll get out here in front of the camera. So, oops, forgot something. Had the last couple days off. Some of you may have known. Trying to rebox all the comic books. And guess what? I ran out of boxes. Ran out of drawers anyway. And I've still got A through D left to put in boxes. So, and that's what's out here on the floor, plus all of my old collection that's already in the box. So I got to figure out what the heck I'm going to do. My Doom Patrol collection and my Hellblazer collection both take up a box each. Hellblazer technically takes up more than a box. So what I may end up doing is I may put those two collections in just standard long boxes and stack them off to one side of my main tower, because those are active collections that I'm going to have to get into and out of a whole bunch. So I may do that. And as you saw as I started the video, my barricade here to keep my dog from running over my comics until I actually get that done. So as soon as I'm done here, I think that's my plan of what I've got going on as far as that goes. Then hopefully I'll have this madhouse done. Let this be a lesson to all of you new collectors. Don't let your collection get too far out of hand, because then if you suddenly decide you want to organize it, it's horrible to try and keep up with. Appreciate everybody's comments. The last two videos I've done, those little quick sloppy videos with my phone, have gotten a lot of views and a lot of comments and whatnot. That's really cool. I appreciate people commenting and watching and stuff. Really appreciate that. I really don't comment on near enough videos. I watch tons and tons of videos, but I don't always necessarily have something to say, because usually I'm not the first person to watch the video, and somebody else has already pretty much made the same comment as me, and so lots of times I don't leave comments. I probably should though, so people know that I am watching. I do really try to watch most of your guys' videos. There sounds like there's been a rash of for some reason YouTube deciding to unfollow people or whatever. So if you're following me and you know I'm not following you, and you're putting out videos about comic books and stuff, send me a message. Let me know, because if I'm not subscribed to you, it's by mistake. If you're putting out comic videos, because usually anybody who subscribes to me, if you're putting out a comic video, I'll subscribe back to you. I like checking out and seeing what other people got going on and what they're doing and stuff. So let's see what's going on. You know, I don't know of a whole lot of seriously newsworthy stuff. There was something about this week, but I don't remember what it was. And like I said, I've had the last 3 days off. I've just been kind of bumming around, messing with my comics, and doing stuff with the family, so I haven't been paying that close attention. It seems like when I have to do work and whatnot, I'm a lot more regimented on what I'm doing, and so therefore I pay a little closer attention to some of the news stuff that's going on. So I would have a little more to say about that, but I don't. Lots of great stuff going on in the community. Lots of hangouts happening all the time now, it seems like. That's awesome. Of course, there's the Comic Talk podcast. That will be this Friday. The Captain Cummings Phil, he's gonna be at a convention, so he won't be there. This will be the first one he misses, and cool for him. He decided, instead of having it canceled for the week, he's basically letting Scott Constant Bromstar and me steer the car for the weekend. So me and Scott will be hosting that. normal time than it always is, on Friday, on the normal channel. We'll see what we have going on. We'll see who we get to come on the show and whatnot. I don't know. I just barely started talking to Scott about it, so we'll make a plan. And then if something special is going to be happening, I'll try and shoot another video or whatever to see what that's going to be. So there's that on Friday. Of course, there's the Excalibur Brits. Is that the name of the channel? Horrible of me. It's on Sundays. It's a great show. I'm not sure what time it is, anybody else's time. I think it's like noon here on Pacific Coast time. That's a great show. Check that show out. There's 3 Guys, 1 Show. It's on Tuesdays, and it is later in the evening. I can't remember exactly what time it's on. I believe that's on CJ's channel, Incredible CJ. Great group of guys there that talk, and it always seems like it may be the 3 of them that maybe starts it out. I never catch the very beginning of it because I think it's like it starts like when normally I'm eating dinner and stuff. I always catch towards the tail end of it, and there's always a ton of guys on there. Ben Smith, Fix It Smash, and DaCosta's on there sometimes. I know Nate is on there, and some of those other guys. A lot of that group of guys, they all seem to appear in the YouTube community about the same time. So it seems that they have a kind of a nucleus that they hang together, which is really cool. They've got a great show where they, sit around and shoot the breeze about comics and stuff. That's pretty awesome. Earlier in the day on Tuesdays is Finally Designed. That's just Constant Bromstall or Howard Mouse. They pick a subject and generally talk a ton about what's going on there, and almost always expose us all to something a little new or a little different that maybe we didn't know, or didn't know that piece of that collection or whatever, and that's all really awesome, cool stuff. What else? There used to be another hangout which I haven't seen for a while, and I don't think it's just that I've just missed it, and I'm not sure exactly why it disappeared. It was called the Baxter Building or something like that is what those guys call their thing, and it was typically the Spins 1430, I want to say that is his YouTube handle, and Flume, Van Flume 44. I'm killing you guys' YouTube names. I know I am. They did a show. I don't know what happened to their show though. Life must have gotten in the way of whatever they're going. I really liked listening to their show where they just basically did kind of reviews between the 2 of them about the comics that were there, and they'd always kind of drift off into whatever else was going on and stuff. Now they're pivotal. Oh, another great channel. These ladies don't necessarily participate quite as much in the general YouTube community of comics. They're certainly an influence in the world of fandom of comics. They're on Twitter a lot if you happen to be on Twitter. But Moms Reads Comics does a hangout every Monday. It's a great hangout with generally 2 other ladies come on with her, and they've got a great experience of wealth of comics. It seems like one of them is kind of new. She started when the New 52 kicked up. That's when she embraced comic books, and it's really just taken off. And another one I think has got a much longer history of like DC, and another one's got more the Marvels kind of the wheelhouse, and they're kind of exploring all of that together. You get, I guess you could say, you get a lady's perspective on stuff, but I don't know that it's that so much. They're just more comic fans, and they have a perspective. It happens to be female. I don't know that they are out there with a gender-specific agenda, but great people, very knowledgeable. They all are extremely friendly on Twitter, so check out Moms Reads Comics. Check out that channel. You'll see the hangouts. She also does little, like if there's a book coming up that maybe you need some like tutoring on, like you don't know the character very well, she has a little thing that she calls green to red, I think is what it is, but it's green, the color, and red is in I read a book. I think that's what it's called, which is kind of cool. It'll kind of introduce a character to you and say, like, she did one for Medusa, because Medusa is becoming an interesting character in the FF books. You know, she talks about where the character originally came from, what they were like, and where they're at now. I think she has a Thanatos one out there too. Those are pretty cool. She also does a quick synopsis of like some of the books, some of the big books that are coming out from, you know, from the main companies and some of those independents and whatnot. So that's all kind of cool stuff. So that's our channel and another hangout you should check out. There's like what it's all about. All these great hangouts there are and whatnot. It's getting to the point now there's so many cool hangouts and stuff that you can either be part of as a viewer in the audience, or jump on, or start your own. There's a lot of great stuff out there to watch, and people should be checking all that stuff out. If I'm not horribly lazy, I'll try and put some links to some of that stuff down in my comment section down there, but I'm really not very good at doing that most of the time when I say stuff like that. Yeah, I'm almost always up for hangouts, as long as the time works for me. If you are ever thought, gee, that would be cool to have Travis on a hangout, why, I don't know, but anyway, awesome. Let's you know, hang out. If I got time to shoot the breeze and you want to just hang out, it's not a broadcast, that's cool too. You know, whatever. Oh, speaking of that, because of course how that whole hangout thing happens is through Google and Google+. I have been getting a ton of people friending me on Google+, which is cool, other than I don't 100% know who everybody is. Lots of times people are using their, you know, most people use their regular name for the Google+, because of course Google wants you to use your regular name. I don't use my full name. I use Travis S, with phonetically spelled S. If you've friended me or have friended me and I haven't friended you back, send me a message, let me know. Or if you decide you're going to friend me, cool, but send me a message along saying, hey, so I can attach the two, because lots of times, sometimes some of you guys, even if you use your name in your video, maybe I only remember you by your YouTube handle, and if I only remember your YouTube handle, I won't recognize the name itself to know that I should be friending you. So I tend to not friend people back who friend me unless I know who you are. Just because I don't want it to confuse me and get my my page. I don't want my page to end up looking like a Facebook page about whatever's going on in people's lives. It's kind of, for me, it's kind of comic-centric to a degree. I mean, obviously, those people of you that I talk with on a daily basis, whatever, if you're posting whatever on there, I don't care, I'm going to read it because that's cool, because I know you and want to be part of all that. So if you sent me friends, because I think a lot of people do is they click on, they get one friend and then they just take everybody's friends. Because there are people I know that have friended me, that put me in their circles, that have nothing to do with the comic book community as far as that kind of stuff goes. So I don't know what's going on there. So like I said, if you friended me and you're part of the comic book community, send me a message, let me know, hey, I'm this person on Google+, and I'll hunt you down and I'll make sure and get you in my circle so I can see when you're on. I can chat with you. I chat with people using the Google+. That's pretty cool. If I don't have time to actually video chat, you know, just to, you know, bullshit here and there. I did that quite a bit with Sleepy Reader. Most everybody else I chat with, I think, a lot on Twitter as far as that kind of stuff goes. But I'm always up for, you know, a little more, you know, private type chat as far as that goes. So cool. So if you guys out there have friended me using that, awesome. Because I also know that if we're not friends in some way or another, it's a lot harder if a Google Hangout gets created. If you're not friends, how do you see it? You don't get the invite or whatever, I think. So, anyway. What else do I want to cover as far as that type of thing. I can't think of anything else around that. Just like I said, though, if I'm not following you, or I'm not hooked up on friends, or I'm missing you on Twitter, you followed me on Twitter and I'm not following you on Twitter, send me a message under one of those formats, either through YouTube or send me a message on Google or whatever, to say, hey, I'm this person in that, so I know you are. It's not that I don't want to be friends with random strangers. I'm just trying to keep that tight to some degree, so it's a little more selective on who is in that group of friends. I want to make sure it's people I have something in common with, and not somebody who's just adding everybody they can so they can say they've got 5 million friends. And then I get spammed with whatever their stuff is. Anyway, I think that's it. That's What the Fugue. I skipped What the Fugue last week. I have other stuff I could talk about, but I'm kind of hanging out on it. I was pondering the whole Damien being dead thing, and if I was Batman, how would I approach that? The story I think they should do, but I'll save that for the Costa DC's Batman channel that supposedly he's going to do. Well, I'll do it then. Anyway, I better go get this thing loaded up so I can get back to my pile of comic books, so hopefully I can get them off the floor and take away my barricade that's keeping my dog from running over all of my comics, and get my books up off the floor, because it makes me extremely nervous to have my books on the floor for any other length of time. Yeah. Anyway, have a great one, everybody, and we'll see you on the weekend.